The hidden fat-burning switch. Why fasted walking melts belly fat fast. Most people think burning belly fat requires brutal workouts or complicated diets. But what if the real fat-burning switch is something you can do before breakfast, without equipment, stress, or even breaking a heavy sweat? There's a short window every morning where your body becomes biologically wired to burn fat, especially stubborn belly fat, more efficiently than at any other time of the day. And the crazy part, all you need to activate it is a simple walk. Today, I'll show you how fasted walking unlocks your body's natural fat-burning mode, and why this gentle habit is transforming thousands of bodies around the world. For decades, people have believed that losing belly fat requires extreme workouts, complicated diets, or hours of sweating in the gym. And because this idea has been repeated so many times, millions of people around the world feel discouraged before they even begin. They try running, they try HIIT, they try starving themselves. And yet the belly fat, the stubborn band of fat around the waist that feels glued to the body, doesn't seem to move. But what if the real solution is something surprisingly simple? Something so accessible that anyone can do it without stress, without equipment, and without needing to be in perfect shape? Today, we're talking about a method that taps directly into your body's natural biology. A method that uses your built-in energy systems to reach that stubborn fat in ways ordinary workouts cannot. And that method is fasted walking. Before you underestimate it, let me tell you this. Fasted walking isn't just walking before breakfast, it is a very specific metabolic state where your body becomes primed, almost forced to tap into stored fat as its primary fuel source. And this becomes especially powerful when you combine it with the low-intensity movement of walking, which is naturally aligned with fat oxidation. This combination creates something like a biological shortcut, a shortcut to accessing the fat most people struggle to burn even after months of training. And in this video, we are going to break down exactly how this works, why the science supports it, how to do it properly, what mistakes to avoid, and how you can use it to finally see a visible difference in your midsection. When you wake up in the morning after 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your body is naturally in a fasted state. This simply means that you spent the night without eating. So your blood sugar levels are low, insulin levels are low, and your body has already used a portion of your stored glycogen, your quick access fuel source, to maintain your brain and internal systems overnight. Most people don't realize this, but the overnight fast is one of the most powerful fat-burning windows the human body experiences daily. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When insulin levels are low, your fat cells become unlocked. Insulin is a storage hormone, and when it is high, such as after eating, it signals your body to store energy rather than release it. But in the morning, with insulin already low, your body becomes more willing to release stored fat into the bloodstream in the form of free fatty acids. This natural state creates the perfect conditions for fat burning, but only if you tap into it the right way. Most people destroy this perfect fat-burning window by immediately eating breakfast or drinking calorie-heavy coffee. The moment food enters your digestive system, insulin rises, and the fat release process shuts down. But if, instead of eating, you begin moving your body in a very specific intensity zone, something dramatic happens inside your cells. They are essentially forced to use fat as their main fuel source. Default text. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that the harder the workout, the more fat you burn. But this is only half true. When you perform high-intensity exercise like sprinting or heavy lifting, your body does burn calories, but it prefers glucose, not fat, as the primary fuel source. The reason is simple. Glucose is fast-burning fuel, perfect for fast-paced workouts, but terrible for targeting stored fat. That's why people can run 4 months and still struggle with belly fat. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that the harder the workout, the more fat you burn. But this is only half true. When you perform high-intensity exercise like sprinting or heavy lifting, your body does burn calories, but it prefers glucose, not fat, as the primary fuel source. The reason is simple. Glucose is fast-burning fuel, perfect for fast-paced workouts, but terrible for targeting stored fat. That's why people can run 4 months and still struggle with belly fat. Walking, however, especially brisk walking, places the body in something called the fat oxidation zone, a metabolic range where the oxygen demand is low enough that the body relies mainly on fat rather than glucose. When you combine this fat-burning zone with a fasted state, you amplify the effect dramatically. Some studies even show that the percentage of fat used for energy during fasted, low-intensity exercise can be 70 to 90%, higher compared to doing the same exercise after eating. This is why fasted walking has gained popularity among bodybuilders, athletes, fitness models, and everyday people looking for sustainable fat loss. It is gentle enough for people of all ages. It doesn't stress the joints. It doesn't spike cortisol the way intense training does. And most importantly, it teaches the body to burn fat efficiently and consistently. You're not just burning calories. You're training your metabolism to prefer fat as fuel. Now let's talk about stubborn belly fat, why it exists and why it's so hard to burn. Belly fat, especially visceral fat, is hormonally active and responds differently to the fat-burning signals of the body. Stubborn fat cells around the waist have more alpha receptors, which slow the release of stored fat, and fewer beta receptors, which accelerate fat release. This means belly fat is slower to mobilize compared to fat in other areas like the face, arms, or legs. But here's the key insight. Stubborn fat responds better to long duration, low-intensity fat-burning activity, done in a state where insulin is low and fat mobilization is high. This is the exact environment created during fasted walking. In this state, your body doesn't have quick access energy from food. Glycogen is lower than usual, and your metabolism naturally shifts to burning more fat. Because walking allows you to stay in this fat-dominant zone for a long period of time without fatigue or stress, your body eventually begins tapping deeper into areas where stubborn fat is stored. This is why you've probably seen people who walk daily, especially in the morning, experience noticeable reductions in belly fat even without hardcore gym routines. The process is not explosive, it's not dramatic, but it is extremely consistent and sustainable. And consistency is what melts stubborn fat. Especially in the morning, experience noticeable reductions in belly fat even without hardcore gym routines. The process is not explosive, it's not dramatic, but it is extremely consistent and sustainable. And consistency is what melts stubborn fat. Let's break this down step by step so you fully understand the mechanics behind it. Step 1. Low insulin unlocks fat. After an overnight fast, your insulin levels drop. Low insulin allows fat cells to release stored energy. Step 2. Glycogen is partially depleted. Your body doesn't have large amounts of quick access glucose. This makes fat your next best fuel source. Step 3. Walking requires steady energy. Because walking is low intensity, the body chooses fat by default. It doesn't need fast-burning glucose. Step 4. Fat oxidation increases. With no new food and no fast carbohydrates, the body ramps up the breakdown of stored fat to fuel the movement. Step 5. Stubborn fat becomes accessible. As the session continues, the body digs deeper into fat reserves, including stubborn belly fat, because it must sustain energy output. This is the biological forcing effect of fasted walking. It doesn't bully your metabolism. It guides it into its most natural fat-burning configuration. To get the maximum fat-burning effect, follow these guidelines. 1 walk before eating anything. Only water or black coffee. Tea, no sugar, milk, or calories. Eating ends the fast. 2. Walk 30 to 60 minutes. At a pace where your heart rate is gently elevated but you can still talk. 3. Keep the intensity low. No jogging, no power walking to exhaustion. Slow and steady burns more fat. Aim 4, 5 to 6 days per week. Consistency increases metabolic adaptation. 5. Combine with calorie awareness. You don't need extreme dieting, just avoid overeating. 6. Track your steps. 7,000 to 10,000 daily steps accelerates results by increasing overall energy expenditure. 7. Sleep well. Morning fat burning works best when you're well rested because cortisol is steadier. Here are the mistakes that sabotage belly fat loss. Eating before walking, walking too slow or too fast, doing it inconsistently, using it as an excuse to overeat later, staying up late, ruining hormones, expecting results in 3 to 5 days. Fasted walking is powerful, but it's also subtle. It works through routine, not miracles. Give it time, trust the biology, and observe the changes. If you do fasted walking correctly, here's what usually happens. Within 1 week, you feel lighter, digestion improves, bloating reduces within 2 to 4 weeks. You begin to notice a slight flattening of the stomach and increased definition around the waist. Within 6 to 8 weeks, the belly fat begins to decrease more visibly, and your midsection looks tighter within 3 months. Your metabolism becomes more efficient at burning fat daily, not just during walks. These results compound over time. It's not about how fast you start, it's about how consistently you maintain the habit. One reason fasted walking transforms people's bodies is because it is sustainable. Unlike intense workouts, it doesn't burn you out. It doesn't spike anxiety. It doesn't cause injuries. It doesn't require motivation. The simplicity itself becomes the advantage, and when something feels easy, we stick to it. And when we stick to something long enough, biology takes over and results become inevitable.